Before we focus on the actual Python code, let's go back and run this Flowgorithm flow chart to make sure that it yields the desired results based on the gross pay. What I did do was to also I extracted the regular pay, so I added another formula or calculation where we calculate the regular pay so that it would just display. Just makes it a little bit easier and make it a little bit more accountable as to the results this program will yield. So let's run the program or the flow chart. And she worked 40 hours a week, gets $50.50 an hour. So this is the results for the gross pay if an employee works 40 hours a week or less. If an employee works more than 40 hours a week, let's say 58.5 hours, regular pay is, or hourly pay rather, is $50.50. Now we have the employee's name, their hours worked, pay rate, overtime hours, overtime pay, regular pay, and then the gross pay. So you can look and see that if you add the two, overtime pay and regular pay, you end up with the total gross pay. So this program yields the desired results. So the next step would be we're going to express this logic in Python. One thing about the flowchart Flowgorithm program is that you can go into the Windows menu, choose Source Code Viewer, and if we save this, now it'll display, or it will rather produce the pseudocode. I'll just call it pseudocode version. But it can also take this code and express it in about 30 other languages: Bash, C Sharp, C++, Fortran, Groovy, Java, JavaScript, Kotlin, Lua, MATLAB, NetRex, NIM, Pascal, Perl, PHP, PowerShell, Python, QBasic, Ruby, Scala, Smalltalk, Swift, Transact SQL, TypeScript, VBA, Excel VBA, and Visual Basic.net. And of course, it shows you the different pseudocodes, which could be IBO, Gaddis, or the auto. So as you can see, it can convert. I I used to do conversions with the Python. It's okay, but there's so much to be changed that you might as well just type it over yourself because it's just so much that's involved. I'll just do it as an example to show you what it looks like, and then you choose that, and then you have to resave it, and I'll still save it as the same name. It'll take on the same name. However, it will automatically suffix it with the PY extension. And then we would go and open it up and take a look at that Python. But there's a lot to be desired. It only gives you a basic rendition of what the Python code would look like. So the Flowgorithm program did produce a form of Python. So we'll go ahead on and open it up. We'll right click, show more options, edit with idle, and open it up. And this is what it produced. Doesn't look too bad, but the formatting is not that great. So that's the reason why I did not show it this way. But I mean, it could be easier. However, the Flowgorithm does not emulate or utilize all the changes and features of the Python. So in some instances you can get away with this, and some you may not. So in the meantime, let me go ahead on and add the line numbers. output itself and what we want it to look like. When I say print header, it'll be something similar to what we've done in the past, where we create a horizontal line acting as like a little ruler line across the screen horizontally. So I'll just say 75, and I'll make sure that this is centered. Go ahead on and center this correctly. So I'm going to use the F string because that's actually better. And we'll go ahead on and place this in here. Use the F string, and then we'll center it. Dot center 75. You notice I used the center method, and I added 75 because I used my gauge or separating line to be 75. We'll do the same thing here for hours worked. Let's go ahead on and add the, I don't want a string format. That's not good, as this means we're concatenating or combining this, but this is not going to work out right. So what we're going to do is add hours. Now hours is a float because the computer automatically, when I said that it was a real in the Python, it automatically made it float in Python rather than real in the Flowgorithm. They're the same. Okay, so next I'll go ahead on and type in the hours worked. A person shouldn't work more than 100 hours. It would be 6 places, 2 places to the right of the decimal, 3 places to the left of the decimal plus the decimal point. So that's why I'm using 6.2 F for float. And I'll add my curly brace, double quote, dot center. Okay, so what this 6.2F means, as I've said before, I'll just say what it's doing is it's allocating 3 places to the left, the decimal, and 2 places to the right of the decimal. So 6.2, a total width of 6 for my number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See? But that also includes the decimal and the 2 places to the right of the decimal. So that's how we interpret that. So let's use F string again. So in some cases, when you use the Flowgorithm, it will generate some code, but it'll be pretty basic. It doesn't format necessarily correctly or according to the standards that we've set in previous programs. So the best thing to do is you would have to go in and make your changes. I'd like the F string to be used, the format function, or the format method. Either one of those will work. So let's take another look at how we have formatted so that the related data, such as like the hours worked and the rate of pay, will align vertically, and then the overtime hours, overtime pay, regular pay, and so on, that will align vertically. So let's run the program one more time, and we'll just say James Washington. He worked 40 hours a week. He makes $32.50. And so the alignment for both of these are vertical because they have the same width in the program itself, as you can see. 6.2F, 6.2F, and then the gross pay. You can have more spacing for that. Let's run it one more time for the overtime. So you can see that it does align, and we could eventually make all of this align, but you would just have to make the width for the rate as well as the hours worked the same, and the overtime hours the same as the overtime pay, regular pay, and gross pay. Okay, so let's take a look at the program itself line by line, and be sure to add the titles and the appropriate intro comments in your Python program.